All right, Shalom. I want to start giving infinite honors, glory, and praise to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikakwadash. Double honors to our apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, rule well. Teaches his truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom and salutation to the I can push this word across the four winds of true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. I want to just get into a quick lesson out of Warren Ratazalo, as well as edifying to the point. You know, laying back off the brother out there, Salakia brother. Don't know the brother name, but his title, you know, is camp page, not camp page, but his page is GMS KC Prophets. You know, and I ain't finished watching the full video. You know, just through the spirit, you know, inspired me. Salakia inspired me, you know, just to do a quick land back, man, off of this, you know, as we about to see on the screen, man. Subscribe to the brother page and be edified. But yeah, man, as you about to see, you know, how Esau, you know, do this Jake, you know, as we know, it ain't nothing new, you know, but it just is vexing, you know, all the same, even though we understand his judgment, you know, of 2/3, you know, but it still is vexing, man. You know, to have these, you know, as the scriptures say, these heathens that have ever been reputed as nothing, you know, just lord over and rule over us like this, man. You know, it can just do us, you know, just to see it being done to your people, you know, it pisses you off, man. You know, because of that pride that comes behind it. Then, not even that, the fucking woman, okay, your own women, these Judite women, okay, these Israelite women. I ain't gonna, you know, these so-called black women, man. You know, not all of them, okay, you know, but majority, you know, egging this shit on, man. You know, like the brother getting into, you know, on his lesson, you know, it's like shit, how this dude that you see in the background right there with the white tee on, not the muscle shirt, but the white tee right there in the square picture, you know, saying how, you know, Eve is basically, you know, the right hand to this white supremacy shit, man. You know, which is true, man, because you're going to hear her in the background, you know, egging the shit on, man. Okay, supporting what's happening to this dude, man. And it pisses you off, man, but we know and understand, okay, that the Lord is going to vindicate everything, man. Okay, all the injustice, all the bullshit that these devils, you know, have done, doing, and going to try to do, man. Because we understand we're going to be tried and tempted with with these situations, man. But the Lord say what? He's going to lift up that standard. The Lord going to be with us. Okay, all we got to do is just continue to rehearse the righteous acts, man. Be still. Okay, and Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and the Lord is going to put the spirit on us, okay, to handle it how it's supposed to be handled in that situation. You know, because we are not to fear no one but Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's it. Now we ought to respect the ordinance of the Lord, as it talks about. I believe that's Romans, the 13th chapter. You know, but when it comes down to, you know, particular situations like this, man, we let the Lord, you know, guide us, man. Okay, in those situations, man. You know, but men of the Lord, you know, we don't find ourselves in these type of matters, man, because what? Hey, the Lord say, when your ways please him, he make even your enemies at peace with thee, man. You know, not to say that it's not going to happen, because we understand the powers that be right now. These devils going to come down with great wrath, going to come after us. Okay, but again, that's when the Lord say what? He's going to raise up that standard. And let's get that precept real quick. This is Isaiah 59:19. And reads, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah shall lift up a standard against him, man. Okay, whether that's divine intervention, okay, by way of the angels actually, you know, appearing and protecting us. Okay, the Lord putting the spirit on these different beasts, okay, to protect us. Okay, or giving brother spiritual powers, man. Regardless, we understand that the Lord is going to come through for us, man. All we got to do is continue to what? To be still in the Lord, man. Okay. All right. And let's get this real. Let's let it play a little bit. Look at that, for nothing.
Go get yourself here. Go get yourself here. Blood on the lead. Put your hand behind your back. Why you do that? Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What the fuck is this say?
I just fucked me up. No, you caused that shit. You caused it.
And that shit just pisses you off, man. Okay. It pisses you off, man. But I mean that, hey, that's the judgment of the Lord, man. And again, as long as we continue to obey and serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, we gonna be all right, man. But it's still these different things. It sparks a fire in you, man. Okay, it pisses you off, man. Because we know that's a fact of how these devils get down, man. Okay, but you got Jake sitting there, goddamn, doing all that run and veins popping out his neck and shit. Not to justify what they did to him at all. But you got to be calm, man. You ain't all that extra ass shit, man. They smelt, okay, the weakness in him, man. Because just speaking as a man, that shit like that shouldn't be able to slide, man. Regardless of your badge or you got a gun or a taser, your nightstick or whatever the hell, man. You just gonna have to show it. Do what you got to do. But as a man, like, bro, you come on, man. That's a violation. Okay, that shit, and just go all just willy-nilly with that. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit, man. But again, hey, the Lord got us. Okay, as long as we continue to fear the Lord, serve the Lord, hey, we're gonna be okay, man. But speaking as a man, that shit that's just distasteful, man. You sit there and you got that badge and that, man, fuck all that, man. Hey, I'm a man just like you a man. Hey, you gonna have to use that mother, however, it's instant warrior, without me saying, just staying humble. But man, that's bullshit, man. That shit just can't, that shit like that ain't, don't slide, man. To a man. Okay, a man ain't gonna allow that. He don't give a damn about, your weapons on you. You ain't gonna put your fucking hands on me, like that, and put your hands on me, period, unprovoked, and think I'm just gonna lay down. No, fuck no, man. You got to do what you got to go all the way and do what the fuck you gonna have to do, man. Okay, unprovoked. All right, but again, that's just me speaking as a man, but through the spirit. Hey, man, stressing it, the Lord gonna look out for us, man. Continue to obey and serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, and the Lord gonna handle the business for you, man. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. This is Exodus 14:14, the Amplified Bible. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah will fight for you, while you only need to keep silent and remain calm. The Lord gonna lift up that standard, man. No matter how it be. Again, angels appearing, spiritual, divine intervention. Spiritual powers, teeth of wild beasts. When that time come, when you put in a dire situation, hey, the Lord is gonna look out, man. Okay, the Lord gonna put the spirit on you, hey, to to defend yourself, whatever the case may be. But the Lord gonna sanction it, man. As long as you in the spirit stay calm, man, the Lord gonna move you according to how you supposed to be moved, man. All right. And let's get this real quick, man, because these devils got a lot to fucking pay for. All right, this is Psalms 34:21, the Amplified Bible. It says, evil will cause the death of the wicked. See, all the trouble and the bullshit and justice that they bring. Okay, all around the board, not even just with this incident, but everything that we know, okay, and that's being exposed, okay, with these devils, man. The pedophilia, the bestiality, the poisoning of every goddamn thing, man. All right, just all the bullshit, man. All the fucking bullshit, man. It says, with evil will cause the death of the wicked, in the trick bag, Esau Edom. It says, and those who hate the righteous will be held guilty and will be condemned, and that's a fact. And very soon we about to see that, man. Okay, and let's get this real quick. All right, we'll be held guilty and condemned. Let's get this real quick. This is Isaiah 54:17, Amplified Bible. It reads, no weapon that is formed against you will succeed. That's a fact. No matter how Esau come, the Lord got us, man. All right, the Lord is going to justify us. The Lord is going to possess us, man. Okay, to be protected. Okay, to get through these troubling times. Okay, these unjust times, man, and situations. It says, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment will you condemn. It says, this peace, righteousness, security, and triumph over opposition, those that oppose us, man. Esau Edom, the wicked. It says, is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, the servants, man. Okay, so those that fear the Lord and serve the Lord, hey, we good, man. Lord willing, we endure to the end. Lord willing, we of the elect. But 2/3, hey, they going to continue to get their ass whooped, even though we understand the Lord is going to put a spirit on Judah, okay, on the tribe, the 2/3, all right, to get down in Jacob's trouble, okay. They basically gonna be like shields to us. You know, the Lord gonna use them to keep us shielded. All right. It says, and this is the vindication from me, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Vindication. Let's get that. And it reads, the action of clearing someone of blame or suspicion. Okay, so the Lord is about to clear us, man, of all the injustice that's being done. Okay, clear us of this goddamn captivity. Okay, of being in this lower state, man. Okay, we're about to rule over these nations, these heathens. In particular, Esau gonna get it the goddamn worst, man. Okay, but we're about to rule over all these nations, man. Okay, and give them a goddamn give them some new medicine. Okay, medicine that they can't even imagine, man. Okay, they ain't gonna be able to fathom, you know, but it's gonna get their motherfucking minds right, man. That's a fact. Like the scriptures say, hey, he gonna give us that rod of iron, and we're gonna break these nations as iron hits against a pottered, a clay, a vessel, man. It's gonna break into pieces, man. We're gonna break their ass, man. Righteously so. Okay, righteously so, man. Okay, and it ain't gonna be nothing that they can do, feel, think, okay, to stop what's coming, man. What the Lord's about to bring, okay, to their ass, man, by way of what? His servants. Okay, nothing. All right, and these fucking Jake women. Matter of fact, we're gonna end with that. This is Jeremiah 30:16 amplified. It says, therefore all who devour you will be devoured, and all your adversaries, every one of them will go into captivity. Every one, man. All these nations that had a part in our captivity. Okay, our suffering. Okay, how we being dealt with unjustly, man. Okay, the snatching of our children, the poisoning of our children. Okay, every fucking wicked thing that you can imagine and can't. Goddamn, these heathens, starting off with Esau being the spearhead, goddamn had a part in it. Okay, and the Lord is going to give vengeance when he returned, though, when he returned. All right, and some of us, the Lord going to allow when that standard be raised, man. All right, to get a little taste, okay, before the Lord return, man. But it's all going to be sanctioned by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right, okay, it says, and all your adversaries, every one of them will go into captivity. And they who plundered you will become plunder. And all who prey upon you, I will give for a prey, man. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. So, man, just continue to endure and stay in line, stay in order, stay in tune and intact with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, M&G, moving and grooving. Okay, to the tunes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. Meaning walking in the spirit, operating in the spirit to the best of your ability. And everything gonna be all right, man. Okay, everything is gonna be okay. All right, it's gonna be all right. But these fucking women, okay, that joined, these turncoat ass women, all right, that side and side with Esau, hand in hand with Esau, hey, they ass got a lot to pay for as well, man. Okay, a lot. All right, now let's get this. This is Micah 7:10, and we're gonna close it. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Not only these other nations, okay, not only these other nations. Hey, we use this for Eve ass too. These Israelite women, okay, well, these Judite women, these Issacharite women that's joined on to Esau Edom in this system, all right, to trot the Israelite man. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, including these nations as well as these women, man. And shame shall cover her, which say unto me, where is the Lord thy power? And that's their actions, man. Okay, how they deal with us, man. How they treat us. Okay. And it says, my eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street, man. That's what's coming, okay, to these women, okay, and to these nations, man. Hey, but with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edified into the